All right, good people. It seems like I just left here, and in fact, let me. I think I need this. Um, we left here about 10:30 last night. I've really put in a long day here, and I guess I already brought my coffee. I don't know what I did with it. Want to get some more debris to take to the dump, and the dump is not far from the place that I get my sand for the plaster. So I'm going to get some sand for some more plaster and stuff in here. Last night it was kind of late working on the cabinet, in which case we realized we did make a couple mistakes. And this is where we're building, this is design and build at the same time, and we've made a few mistakes. A couple things I want to do in here. One is we did have another table that was over here. We moved that out of the way to make it easier for my brother who's got the return in. This is the return for the heating and air conditioning system, so it's in the closet. And I'm working on fixing the wood, the work under the steps here. So I needed that space, which is good having the space and stuff here. This room became the de facto junk room in here. So I'm going to move the tiles that are in here over into the laundry room, so that way when Jack gets back to work on the tile work, that's there, and that'll give me some more space to be able to work on the walls with plastering in here. Starting to figure out what we don't need in here and taking that and putting them into my storage garage that I have. Another thing I want to try is I'm going to sand this stuff out here, and I'm going to go ahead and paint this with the brown, the black, to see how it's going to look before we decide to do all of it, as well as a sample piece for our pantry cabinet. Now, a couple things I gotta, this is where you make mistakes. Believe me, I have never said I'm an expert and that I am infallible or anything like that. I have never, ever uttered those words. And we're doing this, kind of building this as we go along. I've had a vision in my head of what I want to achieve, and then you have the reality of actually trying to make it happen. So we've got a couple of things that we're going to have to probably do differently. One, I'm going to take out this light, no big deal to take it out, and go ahead and plaster over it and stuff. I'm going to have to get my outlet in for the microwave oven, but I'm going to get this cabinet finished and put in place where it's going to go, so I can actually get that microwave cabinet that's right here. So that can actually be in there, and we can actually use it some while we're here in the place. Now that we've gotten this figured out, this is basically where the island's going to go. What we're going to have to do is, it's not going to be able to be the full 24 inches that I wanted over there, but it's okay. We don't need to have as much of an overhang. We still have plenty of space for people to be able to eat on there, and still plenty of space to work. Again, I think my saving grace on this is, if this was the sink behind me, this would be a nightmare. It wouldn't work at all, because the problem would be is somebody would be at the sink and you're here at the stove and you're back to back. But probably what's going to happen is you're not going to really have anybody behind you if you're working with the stove, because we have the countertop that's going to continue on around through here. The sink will be here. So my thought is, if I'm working here at the sink, this is actually great because you have countertop that carries over this way with the trash can there. I can easily go ahead and have the cutting board on this side or the cutting board on that side and be able to get rid of the waste and stuff here. We got the big farm sink. The garbage disposal, the dishwasher will be right here. Plenty of space to open that up and get into the dishwasher, and then cabinets carrying over here. So there'll be a lot of counter space that'll be throughout here going around. So it is tight, but it will be able to be functional. The other part that I think that's actually a saving grace is all of this space is also open. So if you're still doing something, and this is where I think this is going to be cool, I think I'm going to be doing more cooking actually outside. We have all this space out here on the deck, and can you imagine getting up in the morning like a day like today and just coming out on the deck and having breakfast? And what we're going to do is, on the back side of the deck over here, we're actually going to pour a concrete slab, and we're going to make ourselves an outdoor kitchen. We're going to put an outdoor sink and stuff there. So that's going to end up being another cooking area that we have for the house. So this is the look of when you come into the house. We'll be able to park right there, come right through the deck, come here, set all of our groceries, boom, right here. get into the pantry and put some of the dry goods and stuff, or walk around over here and go right into the refrigerator and get in it. And for Jet, he's got it made because that's his bedroom, right? You need to go to the bathroom. The bathroom's right there. Or if you need to get that midnight snack, bam. It doesn't get any better than that. It is a little bit close here. We're going to probably cheat this up just a little bit more that way, or maybe reduce it just a little bit. I left myself some play in here. But the good thing is once you get past the fridge and it's not all the way back, the cabinets here are only 24 inches, so they don't come out that much. So there's still plenty of space between here. So it looks pretty good with the, actually it doesn't look pretty good. It looks great with the paint on the walls. We'll start getting the cabinets. I actually ordered 2 chairs just to give me a feel for what it's going to be like with the chairs and stuff in here. Tight, but functional. This looks incredible with the wood off of, with the plaster off of it. We do have the paint that's going to go in here as well. So we may start painting in here to get this stuff squared away. This room actually will be really easy to get finished. We just have to patch the floor, sand it, and it can be varnished out. I do have the wood to trim in here. Again, this room is another room that we got to deal with the wire, the electrical wire that's right here. That's in the way of the return duct. No big deal. We can move that out of the way. And this room, pull out all the nails, paint the walls. I'll get through spackle this, but this room won't have a lot of issues of things that we have to do. Again, the ceiling being painted, the brick just stands out and looks great. We'll do the mantelpiece in there. So that's where we are. Some more wood for some more cabinets that we have here. Just trying to organize a little bit better and make it easier to be able to move around. And that's where I'm trying to create the space in there, so that way we start working on those walls. Unfortunately, when you walk in that space, it just looks like a junky mess, but it's going to look totally different. And I'm going to do this video this morning because I want you to look and see how this looks this morning. And I'm going to take pictures of this, and we'll see the exact changes of it between now and by the time I stop. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing here at the Red Brick House. Oh, another thing I want to do too. See it again. Thinner stuff. It'll help. I sample painted this with just sealing white just to see how it looks. I've sanded this part real well with my drywall sander, and I've gotten most of it really good. If I go through, hit this, about another hour's worth of sanding to try and get, there's a little bit more here in some of the places, get all this stuff done, then I can do things like take the drywall sanding machine out and get that out of the space. So anything I can get out of here is going to make it look better in itself. I've got a lot of different tools that are just piled up on the floor. So we're going to make this place look good, and I'm going to make another trip to the dump as well. So let's see how much it changes by the day.